Hello Idle Hero fans, thank you for tuning in today for my patch update video, which will be Android 1.11.12 or iOS 1.9.13. This is a pretty big patch actually. There's a lot of stuff that they're changing. I don't think there's any actual hero changes, which is something I want to start with actually. I've been pretty vocal recently about Ormus, and a lot of people have given me backlash about that, and I'll admit I've probably gone a little bit personal on it, so I'll take this chance to apologize and say that I'll try to keep it a little bit more, I guess, to the point and factual instead of just kind of spouting off about my opinion, because I never wanted my channel to be mostly about opinions. It wanted it to be a little bit at least based more in fact than anything else. And while I do believe Ormus is a little bit of a problem, and I'm pretty sure he is, like mathematically I could almost guarantee you could prove it if you had the stats, I still haven't really done a video to break it down instead of just kind of complaining about it. So until I do that, I won't bring it up again. But anyway, I'd just like to take the chance to quickly say I'm sorry for that, and I'll avoid trying to do stuff like that in the future. But anyway, the first difference for this patch is that they've actually updated the guild tech and included 3 different sections for all of the classes. Most of them are the same, like you get speed from this one, you get HP and attack from this one, and they're all the same, and you get HP and skill damage from this one, and they're all the same. I think the only difference is that priests also get an extra attack bonus from this first one, whereas most of the classes only get speed. Priests also get an attack boost, and that's pretty good. It's very important for them because it helps them maintain an edge that they really kind of need. With the exception, in my opinion, of Ormus, a lot of the priests are pretty underpowered, so this is a good way to put them back into limelight. Now, I don't really know if they needed the attack bonus because it's hard to say what a priest's role is because the classes and characters vary so much, but in general, I think this is a good step in the right direction. Unfortunately for me, I've kind of pissed away a lot of my guild coins in the very recent past because I didn't think something like this would happen. I should have known, because they usually, when they see something like top tier players are building up 60,000 currency of like guild coins, they usually kind of fix that. They've done it with the shop in the past, and now they're doing it with guild skill instead. I should have known something like this was going to happen and save them up. Unfortunately, I didn't, but for anyone who did, now is a great time to just get some more free stats on top of whatever you might have already had, and to really push your classes above and beyond. The second change that they made was that they changed the guild store content a little bit. So I should go back into the guild. And what they did was they added these 3-star items, like the gear, but they're 20,000 guild points each, and that's very expensive. I think that just replaced the old gear that was there. So it's pretty much the same store, just with the fact being that there's better gear here now available, but it's very expensive. I don't know if this would ever be worth it. I can't see a scenario where it would be, but you never know. It's there as an option. It doesn't take away anything, so it doesn't hurt. The third thing is that they've upgraded the Tower of Oblivion to 500, so if you've been capped out on the Tower of Oblivion, which is very difficult, but if you are there, you can keep going now. You're not stuck on 450 anymore. I know there's a lot of people on the private server who have hit 450, so if you want to make progress and get ahead and actually cement that first place spot for yourself, now is the perfect time to do so. It says added new challenges, and what that means is that when you go to this little trophy over here, they added a bunch of challenges for gems. I already claimed them on this account because I didn't realize that was actually a part of the patch notes at first, but basically what they were for, let's see if I can find them here. They were mostly for completing like these 4-star quests, as well as I think it was completing a certain number of heroes, like 800 4-star heroes. These here, I got a ton of gems from these. I started off today with like 1,000 gems on this account and ended off on 6,300. So there's a ton of free gems that are just going to be made available for most people. So that's always nice. They've fixed it so that if you have heroes in the inventory like this, you can summon them in batches. Like, instead of having to summon them all at once, you can pick how many you would like. And it's actually really funny because I don't know who it was, but I seen someone yesterday somewhere specifically asking about this for the light and dark heroes, so that when the Heroic Miracle events come out, they don't have to summon all of their heroes at once. They can just summon enough of them to get the event milestones and then not have to waste the rest of them if they don't need to. So it's pretty coincidental that that ended up happening just like yesterday. And they put this patch through today, so that's awesome for whoever you are. You got your little update, so that's awesome. They've added another just a quality of life feature, which is that in the summoning section you can do 10 heart summons, provided you have the space in your inventory. But because this is on the official server, such a thing doesn't exist, and I can't really help that. But it does speed up the process, especially if you're on the private server. You got a lot of space in the inventory. If you just want to spam through those, you don't have to do them individually anymore. Again, just another quality of life thing, just a good fix all around. They added Sigmund, Vesa, Scary into the Super Casino. I don't know if how that balances with the private server, but it basically just means that you can get certain heroes now in the Super Casino that you couldn't have before. They did reduce the output of the guild mill, which is a little bit of an interesting choice. I guess it was providing just too much currency. I can kind of see that, so let's just see if I can make the comparison. It was 98 and 225. Let's see what we're looking at now. Now, they must have already retroactively changed it, or maybe it's only for the higher level ones. I'm not 100% sure, but they did lower the guild mill overall. I don't think that's too important, but I guess they wanted to make sure that you're not going to flood these things too fast. It's going to actually be a bit of progression, so I guess that makes sense. It sucks, but that's for what they've done for this patch. I think that's a minor complaint. They have the new event, of course, which is a militant event, as well as a casino event. The casino event gives a bunch of orbs, a lot of super casino coins, so you're looking at 20 altogether. The heroes themselves, Field and Walter, not really particularly great. I do like the Curse Sandglass, though, because Shadow faction has a pretty shitty variety of good artifacts, so having one that gives attack on Ranger, flat attack, and percent attack is pretty nice. 600 points is going to be a little bit harder to get, but not unreasonable. I'm personally going to be aiming for 500 so I can just get the 20 in total super chips. That's my reasonable mark. As for the Militants event, Meh normally reduces the amount of wins that you need to do these, so this will be very easy, just free stuff. You're going to look at 5 free super coins, a ton of gems, 5 free profit orbs. Aiden and this particular avatar looks kind of cool. If you like Skull and swords and stuff like that, it'll be right up your alley. Kind of reminds me of Avenged Sevenfold. So if you're into that kind of stuff, that's pretty awesome. The event is simple. Everyone knows what militant events are. You just fight in the PvP. It's easy, especially where man usually has the amount that you need to actually complete them. And this is one it says gain rewards for completing a certain amount of lucky draws in the casino during the summoning time. I assume that they're just talking about that's just the casino event. It's weird how that's worded. Same with the fact that it says brand new militant festival event. I don't know really why they decided to word it like that. I think it just means that we have a militant event and a casino event. They're just trying to make it sound different. Maybe it's like, I think the militant event is a lot easier to obtain this time, and the casino event is the same. So I don't know why they talked about that. Of course, if you're on the official server and you're playing, you have these value packs that you can buy. So if you're looking to spend $100 on Brea because you hate yourself, or if you hate the private server, then here you go. It's the perfect spot to get it. That's a joke, by the way. I don't mean that. I spend your money on whatever you want. Recreational habits that don't hurt anybody are up to you. But I don't really think that's a great way to spend money in this game. If you want to spend money in this game, I think that the $69 pack is probably more valuable, just because you get the Super Casino coins as well. So that, in my opinion, is a better investment. But I don't really know anymore. I haven't really spent a lot of time looking at the value of these value packs. But that's not really too important anyway. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you like the fact that they made the Militants event easier to finish, because it only requires 200 points now? If Meh does have these again, there's only be 100 points to win. I don't know if he's going to do that, because it seems like the official server kind of took a note from him on that one and ran with this, so that's great. The casino event is still pretty high, 600 points. That's a lot of spins, even though you do get to divide it by a certain percentage, because you can use 8 coins to do 10 spins. That's still a lot of chips. Most people who hit 600 regularly are playing on the seasonal server, and that's kind of a tedious thing where you can only really get this consistently if you play in the seasonal server. You can get pretty far without it, but not my favorite thing. Let me know what you guys think, and if you like content like this, be sure to thumbs up, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But otherwise, thank you very much, guys, for watching, and have a great night.